Welcome, beautiful people, to WAVETalks, a podcast by Wave Electronics, where we dive deep into the latest and greatest trends in the consumer electronics industry. I'm here with Chris Duffield, our Director of Tech Support, in his evil scientist laboratory. Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
How you doing today? So my name is Chris. I am the Director of Tech Support for Wave Electronics. I've been here for 11 years. My background is in installation for AV, networking, and I've been in the business about 27 years. And here we do all things tech support. So anytime you guys are calling and you have a problem with any of the products that you're having any kind of issue with, it's going to be my team that's picking up that call and kind of working through the process of getting you where you need to be.
When I think tech support, like if I have a problem at home, I call tech support and I get, make sure you turn it off and on again as like level 1 tech support. If I call you, is that what you're going to say to me?
Well, it might be one of the things we'll say to you, but typically we're gonna do a little bit more of a deeper conversation about the problem you're having, all of the products it's encompassing, not just that one thing. And then we'll sort of go through step-by-step best practices. Typically if somebody calls in with, I have a camera that won't come up, it's not just the camera that can be the problem. It can be a cable, it can be a setting issue with the recorder, it can be a network problem. So we're going to help you troubleshoot that process from front to back all the way to make sure that it works.
Because I've also had it in the past where like if I call about a whole system, one vendor is pointing at the other vendor, is pointing at the other vendor saying the problem is the other guy.
Somebody else's fault, yeah. And that's pretty common. And honestly, when we started tech support here at Wave, that was one of the things that we wanted to circumvent and sort of fix that problem. All of these components, whether it's as simple as an AVR over a Balun to a TV, they need to be able to work together. And if it's an AVR saying that it's the TV's fault, like that doesn't really get anybody fixed. So we troubleshoot and work with you, like I said, front to back. So from the TV to the AVR, all the components in between, we give you the best practices and or the solution for a specific problem to get it working.
So do you guys focus only on the AV side of the industry? I see cameras back here.
Not at all. We do, in short, everything that Wave sells, we support. So that's going to be everything from AV, security, networking, your Wi-Fi's, IoT devices, control systems. So hopefully you guys are familiar with our security, our Illumivue line for our cameras. We obviously do a full support of those. Any of the AVRs and TVs that we sell. Control systems like RTI, Savant, URC. And we'll support those in an integrated fashion where if it's a problem with trying to pull a camera into the system, whether you can't see it or you can't see the video, we can support all of that and everything in between.
How do I start this process? Like, do I call you? Do I have to send an email? Do I have to talk to my sales rep? How do I get this problem started? Or how do I get this problem solved with you guys?
Honestly, we try to make this as easy as possible.
Try.
Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central, call. And if you're a dealer with us, you should have our number. If you don't, please reach out to your salesperson and get it. Our call times are actually relatively short, and be rest assured, everybody that calls gets a call back. But we don't really require emails. It's just a call in. If you're working on something a little more intricate, if you're doing a 90 TV video wall and it's your first install ever, we'd rather you schedule and we'll take a little more time to walk through that process and make sure that you understand what we're programming and why we're programming it.
So you can help even with the programming side of control, not just the black boxes.
Yes, we 100% can. Like I said, we do ask that you schedule that in advance. It does take more time. But yeah, there's products that we have like just that power. There's obviously, Illumivue requires a little bit of setup if you're wanting to do some more of the intricate features like the VCA analytic controls. We have no problem walking somebody through their first system so that they feel comfortable doing the install.
And if my system is already set up somewhere and I call you, is there a way do I have to call you when I'm out there on the field, or do I call you before I have the problem, or not before I have the problem, but before I roll out to go fix the problem?
Normally, we would suggest, if it's not something that you are confident I know that this is the issue, we'd say, give us a call before you roll the truck. It could be something simple. We could say, hey, just go in an app and make this adjustment. You could fix it. Ask the customer. Maybe you don't have to send the truck. And even if you do, there might be some things we could say, don't forget to take this part, this laptop, whatever it might be, so that you don't have to roll a truck and then realize you're going to have to come back and then roll a truck again. We want to try and help you reduce as many truck rolls as possible.
I see loads of black boxes in here.
There are lots and lots and lots of black box products in here. As you can see behind us, we have the Illumivue. We actually have a lot of camera systems set up. And this is honestly for you guys, realistically. If you're calling in and asking about a specific problem, maybe you're having a one-off weird issue that you can't track down, my team has the same exact setup back here so they can emulate the issue. So whether it's hey, you've actually found something that's a little bit of a one-off that we didn't realize was a problem, or just simple as we can't always remote into a computer and walk you through how to set up the Illumivue, so somebody can stand here and they're going through the same menu you are at the same time. That way it's a little more guided process and you get a more understanding than just hey, here, fix the issue.
Is there anything you guys do for our own products?
As a matter of fact, there is. So we do actually do some of the R&D on those little black boxes that you guys love so much. I hope all of you are familiar with our Balin line. So all of our small black box fixed products, whether that's our EXT100 YARC, if it's our EXT40 and 70 Balins, our Swiss module, for example, all those come here, and we do what's called a golden sample test. So we do kind of a preliminary setup and spec. The golden sample gets set here. We actually run it through its paces and test on AVRs, camera systems, simple setup systems, all the way through to advanced. So we have a system down the hallway that's got a projector, an AVR, and a full rack. And everything kind of basically gets beat up. We try every possible test scenario. We make sure it's not going to break.
You guys try to break
we do honestly kind of try to break it. That's the point. And then we even go all the way down through the manual, make sure that all the specifications are correct, and we test everything to its max, cable distances, etc., so that by the time it gets to you all, there's not a question. It's going to do what we say it's going to do.
What is your favorite black box that we offer?
Everybody wants to know that question. What's my favorite part? I would say, honestly, it's got to be our MX44 Eco.
Okay.
So that's our 4x4 matrix with audio out. And one of the reasons I like it, besides the fact of its form factor, if you guys don't know, it's a 1U high, half rack width form factor. And we have managed to take what would be a traditionally full-size width giant unit and cram it into this small box, and you still have full EDID control, full 4K UHD 60. You still got audio extraction, and it still has an integration profile for Savant RTI, still works with IR, has straight RS-232 commands.
Okay, and the drivers are always up to date. Who updates those? Heyo.
We do. We also make sure that those stay up to date here in-house.
So I don't have to worry about the black boxes. I don't have to worry about drivers. So you're my Swiss Army knife. Yes?
That is the idea. That is the idea.
So here's a very important question. What don't you guys do?
We don't just program it for you.
Okay. So you teach me how to fish. You don't just
Correct.
hand me fish.
Correct. Because the idea is, along with that truck roll, we want you to understand how that product functions, how that system goes together. While it's good to have us as a resource, it's much more profitable for you if you can go out, do the install quickly, effectively, get in and out, and keep truck rolls to an absolute minimum.
Any other tidbit, whether it's information like, hey guys, always make sure you do X, whether it's a tidbit or a piece of advice, is there anything else you want our dealers to know? If you could just say, hey, every dealer, I need you to do, or I want you to know.
If we pull from the reservoir of the most common call, the default password is 123456. Probably the number one tidbit that we do get calls on that kind of can get dealers stuck in a way is going to be with like our camera system types. And it's not just Illumivue, it's all of them. When you're setting that system up for the first time, while I know it's a headache, put the email address in. It'll save you 30 minutes. It'll save you sending a truck to the job site. And use a real one, not one that you never check and lost your password to. That's a good tidbit that'll save you time and headache. And besides that, tell your techs, don't wait 45 minutes to call. If you get out there and you see a problem and give it 15, 20 minutes and then just call us. And we'll do our best to get you back out and on the road and on to the next job as fast as possible.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us today and giving us all these fun behind the scenes of what happens in the tech support department. For everyone else, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening to what we have to say. If you have any questions or if you have a next topic you'd like us to go over, please email us at WAVETalks@waveinc.net and we'll get on that topic. Have a good day.
Hey guys, a little bit of an Easter egg for you. This is Homero Cantu, one of our tech support representatives. Homero, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Tech Support?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So, like Chris said, I'm one of the tech support representatives here in the office. I handle a little bit more of the more difficult calls when it comes to like the Savant programming and when it comes to any of the other issues that we might run into here in the office, whether it be Illumivue or anything like that. Other than that, I'm the one that creates the Wave-approved Savant profiles. So whenever Savant can't necessarily make a profile for us, I'm the one that puts it together as long as the company approves it and gets it done. Other than that, I do the Just Add Power programming as well. So if you guys ever order, a Just Add Power system from us, we do offer a free programming service that I do personally. I would end up reaching out to you guys and, gathering up some information, ideally programming the system, labeling everything, packaging it all back up, and sending it to you guys. So literally, once you receive it, it is just going to be plug and play as far as the Just Add Power system goes. And then obviously, we'll still help out with the programming of the program, the control system running the show and whatnot. But that's, in a nutshell, that's what I do around here.
All right, awesome, Homero. I appreciate that. Guys, Homero Cantu.
Yo soy también aquí en la oficina, yo soy el que contesta los teléfonos y soy el único en la oficina que habla español. Entonces, si necesitan ayuda con el equipo y necesitan a alguien que habla español, aquí en la oficina sí ofrecemos eso.
Sí. What? Even.